Hi, boy. Want to say hello to everybody? Welcome them to the August... Oops. Where are you going? Don't you want to welcome everybody to the August garden video? What do you think? Oh, hi, Jesse. Do you want to welcome everybody to the August garden video? Okay. Ready? Shall we start shooting? All right. Quiet on the set. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Hello and welcome to Marvin Gardens, August 2016. And it's a lovely August day. It's a little hot, a little humid, a little overcast, in keeping with thunderstorms that seem to rumble through in the afternoons in August. And we've got a lot going on in the garden, so let's get started. And we can start, as we always start, with chives. We're doing quite well, as you can see. And in addition to that, the water feature here is just doing great. Now, we have a resident frog that's been here all summer, but he's not out right now. But you can see this umbrella plant is thriving, as are these horsetail reeds or whatever they are, and I'm not even sure what this guy is, but he's doing great as well. And so is the jungle that Frankie's checking out there, which is tomatoes. Now, these were all the leftover tomatoes that I planted just in no man's land here, and made it almost impossible for us to harvest, but we're getting a good crop of tomatoes out of there, and we've been in there a few times to pull stuff out. Right, Jesse? But the rest of the bed 1 here, we've got all our radishes, which I'm allowing to go completely to seed and dry out. And I think I might be able to. I don't know if you can see that guy. Let me get everything else away. But in between my fingers there is a nice radish seed, and so we're going to, plant this and see if we can actually get some radishes, second generation. Here's a carrot that I pulled, and it suffers from deformities, which seems to be my problem with carrots. I'm not sure what the cause is or what the cure is, but they still taste okay, so that's good. And we've harvested quite a few beets. Here's a few more that are ready. You can see the size of these guys. Nice big beets, and touch-tone gold, my favorite variety. And this is all Swiss chard, which has been doing great. We haven't really been taking very good advantage of the Swiss chard, meaning eating them. But they've been doing fine, and I have cut some and cut them up and had salads and stuff like that. This is an eggplant that was just a leftover that I planted over here in a vacant spot, and that's our Brussels sprouts, and I think this is a cabbage too. That's the same deal, just sort of leftover plants that were planted in vacant areas. Now the pole beans have been doing pretty well, but these yard-long red noodles have been doing absolutely great. We can barely keep up with them, and as you can see, true to their name, they're pretty close to a yard long. That brings us to sweet potatoes, and although there's some tomatoes from the jungle that are sneaking in there, the sweet potato vines are covering these beds, which is exactly what we want. The fact that there are some blooms there is also a good sign that things will be happening underneath. But with sweet potatoes, we never know what's there until we do the final harvest, and we can't really even peek because I've got all that rodent protection there that hopefully will make sure that we get some nice sweet potatoes. Over here in bed number 2, these are Brussels sprouts, and they've been coming in pretty well. and they started coming in pretty early too, which surprised me a little bit. But they're doing pretty well. I haven't been properly keeping up with my BT applications, so you'll see some of these leaves are chewed up, and then when I manage to do an application, then the leaves look fine, and you know, it's just gardener error. And but anyway, lots of Brussels sprouts coming in. And in the broccoli department, we are just letting these continue to grow in case we get a few side shoots like those right there. And the cabbage, interestingly enough, when I cut the main cabbage head off, these side shoots came up, and as both the puppies are exploring, it's interesting. I don't know if those are actually going to turn out to be sort of edible heads of some sort or another, but at least they're growing, so that's nice. Now, summer squash, we have the month of August has been the great summer squash die-off, and so just about the only plant that looks even healthy is this zucchini plant here, but there's not a bunch of zucchinis on there, so we'll see if we get anything out of there. Meanwhile, on this end of the bed, peas and lettuce and beets. I think I had some beets or spinach in here. They're all pretty much done for. Oh, listen, while we're here, let me show you the onion harvest, which is pretty good size onions, and they just are dry enough, I think, that I can bag them and bring them inside. And that brings us to the meager Kennebec potato harvest, which is the third variety, and the other two varieties were similar in that you know, they're not terrible harvests, maybe 5 to 10 pounds each, and but we've had much better years. And this is where both the onions and the potatoes came from, bed number 3, which is a half bed, but it's all done for. Now, bed number 4, we harvested the leeks and actually canned them this year, so that's interesting. So we'll make a potato leek soup a little later using canned leeks. And under here we pulled some eggplants. Oh, and by the way, I might be flashing some stills in here of earlier harvest, just so you can see them. So, but I don't know, who knows. Those are a couple of nice peppers, and the peppers have been doing fine, but I've had much more prolific and bushy pepper years, and that's the same with the tomatoes. Tomatoes have been doing, you know, nicely, but they just are not bushing into huge jungles the way they do sometimes, making it almost impossible to get in there to harvest them and stuff like that. But they're doing okay. You can see it's you know, pretty bushy on this end, but not like in former years. Now this bed, as you recall, I just had some seeds left over from loofah gourds and from Dill's Atlantic Giants that I planted here, and they're not, you know, I've got a lot of growth there, but we're not going to get much yield out of it. At the very end here, however, we do have okra plants that are extremely short, but they are producing okra, so can't complain about that. And then finally in bed 6 here, the fun bed of sunflowers, some of which have been knocked down because of the windstorms that have been coming through, but still a kind of a fun bed just to grow all those sunflowers, and lots of volunteer marigolds as well. So that's pretty good. So we're not going to go out to to the mini orchard or any of the fruit trees because, quite frankly, we're not getting any fruit this year. But we will go out to the corn patch. Now, you may hear what sounds like a small dog being tortured when we go out here, but that's only, there you go, that's only Frankie complaining about not being included. And I don't know if you can see the two dachshund faces there. It's worth going back. I'll be right back, boy, okay? You stay here. I'm just going to show the people the corn patch, okay? Hang on. All right. So, corn. Where you can see ears of corn, those are ears of popcorn. And you can see they're already yellow because you don't have to, they just stay on the stalk until they're completely dried out before you even pull them, and then you have to dry them after that too. But hopefully you can see the number of popcorn ears that are there. It looks like we're in pretty good shape for those guys, and they're all standing up. As opposed to Silver Queen sweet corn, which is, where are the stalks, you say? Well, had a couple of windstorms blow through just at the wrong time and pretty much knocked everything over. I tried to tie them up with some blue twine, and with limited success. But we did get at least 3 dozen ears, like perfect ears of Silver Queen corn, and maybe another 3 dozen of what feels like, not so good ears. But they're holding in the fridge. I haven't shucked them yet. And so can't complain too much about the harvest. And that brings us around to this side of the popcorn. And let me see if I can stick my hand here without getting shocked by the solar electric fence. You can see all those yellow ears. That's all popcorn. And we won't be pulling those until probably October, when they are fully dried out. And as we make our way back to the garden proper, the pups are still checking out the sunflower patch and what apparently is some good tasting sky manna grass. But I think that's gonna do it for the August garden video. But we're having a lovely summer. Hope you are having a lovely summer. And having a pretty good harvest. We've had better years in lots of departments, but not bad. And golly, I guess that's it. So we will see you all next month in September, of course, which is will eventually be the magic season of autumn coming up, and so that's gonna do it for August, and we'll see you next month in September. Okay, bye y'all.